got my Pepsi here. We're going to be taking our well, you might call it a fake, replica is the word I'm looking for, of the Ibanez Gem guitar that you saw me build last year. We're gonna clean it up, change some strings. A couple of weeks ago I took it apart, got the strings off, so won't have to bore you with taking everything apart. I've got the guitar down here and everything that we're going to be using, so let's get into it. And there she is. That's the one that you saw me build. Looking pretty good. And everything that we'll be using is right over here. Yes, that is car wax and mag chrome polish. Yes, you can use that on guitars. Got the strings right there, and there's the tremolo, the back cover, some glue, maybe, probably not going to need the glue, and our linseed oil for the fretboard. The only other thing that we might need is some fine steel wool. So let's get started on that. Is that going to be good for you? Let's see. Going to start all the way at the top there. And right now we're going to be polishing some frets, get them nice and shiny. So we've got our towel, and we have some a green pad, we have some steel wool in here that we can use. Some other tools that we may need. I almost ran into a big dilemma earlier. Well, I actually did. Was trying to find the AC cord for this camera that we're using right now, and for some reason I just couldn't find it. It got up and walked away. So I don't know where it went. I remember having it plugged in down here, and my camera was not being used, and I unplugged it or something, brought everything upstairs, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. I don't know. Something's strange going on. So, I don't know if you can see this, but the locking nut here. It's a brass nut. It's a locking nut. When I installed it, it was in okay condition, but it eventually the screws got stripped, so I had to take the top of it off. But for right now, we're just using the bottom, which is fine. You know, it's not going to hurt anything. But what we got to do is we got to clean up these frets because they're looking pretty dingy. And we don't need to do any kind of setup or like a whole run through. Just clean it up a bit, change the strings, and make sure it's intonated, properly. So, let's so how is everybody? Did everybody enjoy the holidays, the Christmas holiday, and everything else? Let's see, okay. We have a red light flashing. What does that mean? Okay. Never saw that before. Well, okay. Let's start with some steel wool here. So we're going to just go over it lightly. Alright, working our way down the fretboard, or I should say up the fretboard. Working our way up the fretboard. Start with the lowest fret, which is towards the headstock, and work your way up towards the bridge. When I was younger, I always used to think, okay, well, when you say up the fretboard, don't you mean from the, from where the sound hole is to the, to the headstock, where all this, the tuners are? I used to think that, and I was, sadly mistaken, like, oh, okay, well, the correct way is work your way up the fretboard, meaning going this way towards where you strum, because those are where your upper notes are. Higher notes. Lower notes means going down, and higher notes is up in pitch. Like, oh, okay. Now I understand. So, these are looking pretty good already. Yeah. Let's see if I can zoom out here so you can see more. Zoom. Okay. Okay, right there. And there's where we're working. That is about the, I'll say about the 10th fret, I think. Let's see if I'm right. That's the 12th fret. 12th fret, that's where we're at. And if any of you saw my post today on Facebook, I made from my mom's recipe that I acquired from her through the years, her taco salad recipe. I made that today, and there's a lot. Oh wow. Oh yes, there's. I mean, the amount that I made is for yes, a party. So, but my reasoning for making it was, I mean, one, I had a taste for it, and two, it'll be great for lunches, to just snack on. Because when I start work at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm usually off by 5 or 6 in the evening, so my lunch is like right around 2 in the afternoon. And my wife, she goes to work a lot earlier than me, and and with her job, she can take her lunch whenever she wants. She just has that option, being a security officer. So she can munch, with the chips, or I don't know if they make those taco bowls. I don't even know where to find those things. When you order like a taco salad in the restaurant, and all of a sudden it comes in a bowl, like a crunchy bowl. Yeah. Okay. So we've taken steel wool to all of our frets now. We can put that away. And we need to get all the excess junk, off of off the neck and off the body. So let's just give her a dusting off here. So I remember one of my old friends out there, Henry. How you doing, bud, these days, huh? I remember, what other do I have any other guitar projects coming up? Well, I've got some planned, This is just probably the easiest one right now. And I wanted to change the strings, and because I had to take the strings off, because when I put the strings on, mistakenly wound the strings the wrong way. Yeah. Instead of turning them up, you know, turning them this way, you know, I was turning them like this, you know, the other way. So okay. These are locking tuners, so it just means that I don't have to do anything extra special to keep them locked in place. Yeah. So yeah, this is still in pretty good shape since I've since I built it. Okay, so now, okay. Let's zoom out so you can see a little more. There we go. You can see the whole guitar now. So now we're going to use our chrome polish, and this is used on aluminum car rims. Removes oxidation and discoloration from aluminum, brass, chrome, stainless steel, returning surface to a brilliant shine. And it's vanilla scented. So that just means that our the neck and all the frets are going to smell like vanilla. Okay, hold on. Shake that up. Wow. All right. And when I have watched videos of this one guy on YouTube, he goes, his first name is Randy. You know, very very knowledgeable in guitar repair, and I usually see him put linseed oil on the fretboard first and then go over the frets. Don't know why exactly he does that, but you know, I'm not gonna tell him that he's wrong. I mean, that's where I've pretty much learned how to do all this stuff. So, and it seems to be working out pretty good for me. The pickups in here, those are really nice. Okay, so what I am going to do is start with just a little bit of chrome polish. Start with a little bit. And, ooh, okay. I guess a dab will do it, right? And again, we're gonna start at the the bottom and work our way up. Oh yeah. Guess we don't need to put our protector on there, because we need to get all over. And look at that. Look at all that gook. That's what's coming off of those frets. That's all the oxidation and, you know. And when you do your frets, don't just go over the top. You gotta roll your finger, on both sides of the fret to ensure that you're getting everything. Whoa, just a little, all right. And if you're gonna do this, you might want to get like a toothbrush, Look at that. Look at that. Woohoo! Man, if you can see this. Try to zoom in a little bit more. Hope you can see that. These frets here, wow. They're just sparkling. Oh, wow. That one's probably had it. Had it. Let's tear off another piece of paper towel here. Yeah, there's a couple more projects that I'm gonna probably be doing in the near future. One is an amp that I had gotten used, and just want to kind of restore it, get it. Not going to do any type of modifications or anything to it. Just want to kind of restore it back to its original state. You know, if anything needs to be replaced, I'll replace them, like, you know, knobs, or even the the cover. Tolex is what it's called. That's the the covering, for the amp. And right now it's black, and it's kind of torn apart and looking kind of old and dingy. But we'll get it looking good. Okay. So we're here at the 10th fret here. 11 and 12. Wow. Okay. Alright, I will be back momentarily. I just have to throw out a couple things. I like to keep my work surface clean. Should always keep a clean work surface, clean work area. If I had a regular house, then it would be a little different. Wouldn't have to use my kitchen table as my workbench. But don't have that option. Wow. Whew. Yeah, the the guy that I usually watch the videos for, he uses some stuff that's made by Happich, and it's called Semi-Chrome Polish, and he uses it for everything. I guess the company got a hold of him and said, "Hey, thanks for the review, on our product." They sent him a bunch of it. They sent him like a whole case, and for him to use, and it's like, wow. And it comes in, it's like a paste, and it comes in like a toothpaste tube, I it's Like, wow. So this stuff is just stuff, you know, that I got at O'Reilly's auto parts store. You know. I got it right around the time when I was putting this baby together. Yeah. And I got car wax, you know, because I wanted a mirror finish, you know, on the body, and just wanted to polish it up really, really nice. But hey, it works. It actually does as good a job as, you know, what people say, you know, it can. It's not just for, you know, your mag wheels, you know. You know, frets are usually, I think they're made out of brass. You know. Wow. This is probably the hardest, the part that takes the longest is polishing frets. See, you're still recording? Oh yeah, very good. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to order a new AC power cord for the camera, you know, that you're viewing on right now. Cause I don't know.